Hello everyone and welcome back to Golf Tip of the Week. Hope your 2013 is off to a good start. Over the next couple months we're going to have a series of golf tips for you to help you improve your game this winter through a variety of drills that you can do indoors and also through using the different tools and resources that the Golf Learning Center has to offer. Elmcrest's new facility that was built back in mid-December. As you can see in the Golf Learning Center here, that I am in one of 3 of the golf simulators. You can use these golf simulators to play golf, to practice golf, to really work on your game. And in a minute I'm going to hit a couple shots and you're going to see a bunch of numbers flash across the screen. And what those numbers mean, that's also what we're going to talk about this winter through a few different tips to help you understand better what those mean and help make them a benefit to you and to improve your game so you can make this next season one of your best. So this week's tip of the week, we are talking about maximizing the distance to your drives through controlling your backspin on your ball. With a driver, we always want a little bit of backspin. We always want some backspin to help on the ball, to help get it up in the air and to help get it going. But if there is a point where we create too much backspin, and when we create too much backspin on the ball, that results in loss of distance and also poor accuracy. So there's an optimum range for backspin. If we can keep it at about 3,000 RPMs or less, we're going to be doing really good. Okay, in that range. As you can see, again, I'll show you that more when I hit a shot with that, where to read that. But if we get up in that 4,000 or 5,000 or 6,000 RPM range, we're really putting ourselves into a situation where we're losing a great amount of distance and we're starting to lose accuracy. Okay, so now what influences that? Well, the angle of attack is what influences the spin of the ball. So if as your club comes into impact, whether you're coming down on the ball or if you're coming up on the ball really influences how much spin there is. So with a driver, or with irons I should say, we always want to swing down, hit down, use the loft of the club, get it up in the air. But since the ball's on the tee with the driver, we want to sweep that ball. We actually want to ascend on the ball. We want to sweep and swing up on that ball to help create less spin, better launch angle, and more distance and better accuracy. So, and how do we promote swinging up on the ball? A lot of it has to do with your tee height, how high you tee that ball. So if your ball is teed down here or up here, there is a good rule of thumb, and that's always to have it at least half the ball above the top of the face, above the top crown of the face. You always want half the golf ball. If we start teeing that ball down here, what does that promote? Well, that promotes a downward strike, which a downward strike with the driver creates too much spin. So if you see a lot of spin on your drives when you're in here playing and practicing, you're up in that 5,000-6,000 range, fairly high. There's a good chance that you've teed that ball just a little bit too low. So I'm going to hit 2 shots. Take a look. I'm going to hit 1 shot with the ball teed too low, so you can see how the spin reacts. Then I'm going to tee it at proper height, half ball above the top of the face. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to sweep that ball off the tee so I can create a better spin. So take a look. Okay, so in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see distance, and 2 boxes over, you're going to see spin rate. Okay, so distance up in the upper left-hand corner, you can see it at 256. 2 boxes over, you see backspin of 4,653. What that means is it's 4,653 RPMs, which again, I'm starting to get up into that mid-4,000s, which is not good with the driver. I'd like to see that down closer to 3,000 or less. Ideally, if I can get under 3,500, I'd be pretty happy. But if I really want to optimize my distance, I want to get that down in that 3,000. So I'm going to hit another shot, and I'm going to try to get that spin under 3,000. I'm going to try to, again, I'm going to tee it up, half a ball above the face, and try to sweep the ball off the tee. Okay? Okay, not bad. Not bad. I got it down to 3,120 RPMs, and my distance went from 256, I believe I had in the first one, to 269. So just by changing the tee height, it was able to influence my angle of attack, which in turn created less spin and increased my distance. So, you know, there's a lot of different tools that we have here in the Golf Learning Center. And if you have not had a chance to come down and check this out, this facility turned out amazing. You need to come on down here and see what it's all about. It's really going to help you improve your game for this next year. And just to come on down and to hang out with friends and family, it's a great place to be. So next time you're out, just double check your tee height. Make sure that half the ball is above the face, and it'll help you promote more swinging up on that ball and create more distance and better accuracy. We'll see you next week.